Hello everyone, we are Team Laurence. Before we start, let's imagine you are the tourist visiting New York for the first time. After a couple of days of traveling, you want something different. Some getaway place that you can feel a true connection, a share lot with stranger who quickly become a friend, a warmth of local welcomes as they share their culture with you. It is those moments that make travel truly special, isn't it? That feeling of being part of something bigger, of discovering the heartbeat of a place, that is what we are here to create. We are here to bring those moments of connection, to connect travelers and local, fostering understanding, respect, and friendship. Let me introduce my team here. We are creative people, creative organization for creative business. Right over there is KK, our CEO, Parisha as our CFO, Matt, our COO, and me, myself as a CSO. And our advisor is Professor Lali. So discover challenges. Right now, the problem statement here, as right now current tourist experience in New York City lack the ability to provide more creative options for travelers. It is the problem statement that therefore we use Williamsburg, Brooklyn as our pilot location. The data has shown here as 61.8 million travelers visit New York in 2023, and it is a growth by 155% from 2007. It is a cost that leads into 5.6% increase in employment of creative sector only in New York City. So that's the reason why neighborhood culture matters. Residents want to protect and support local organizations. Challenges are also here, as 61.5% tourists find it's very difficult to explore creative businesses or products during the trip. 64.7% of tourists are willing to explore places other than Manhattan for a better creative and experience. 43.75% of creative businesses find it very challenging to reach target customers. 1.125 employees. Typical creative business also operate lean structure, close collaboration, and mostly use social media to connect customers. Our target audience will be three parts. The first part is going to be the primary audience, as we're going to target Gen Z and millennials, as their values also align with our mission and vision. Second audience going to be residents, local people from Brooklyn, as their interest in unique experience, supporting local creatives. And the last one going to be business actors, artists, freelancers, and creative business, as they would utilize the platform together. Like I said, the concept's gonna be, we're gonna connect tourists and local artists together, provide niche experience, curate activities and workshops. Our project's gonna align with UN SDG number 8, which is promoting job, entrepreneurship, small business, also emphasize sustainable tourism, and also UN SDG number 9, which is increase access to financial service and small business.
So in the define phase, we look for some opportunities from different analyses. In the value chain of the tourism, there's a sequence of the primary and the sporting activities. They are very strictly fundamental to the development of the tourism sector. And the primary activities, it includes a range of the processes, such as travel planning, accommodation, food, beverage, product development, promotion, and marketing. So in each phase of the value chain, it has very different environmental impacts. So in order to enhance the community development and the job creation, it is very important to combine the value chain development with the local economic strategies. So the tourism provides potential for the enterprise formation because it requires relatively low level of the technical skills and financial resources compared to the other sectors. For example, the handicraft workshops and the creative tour guide services. So our priority will be supporting the existing and newly established small business in the creative industry by providing guiding business skills, marketing, and the sustainable practices. Implementing sustainable practices such as waste minimization, water and energy conservation, and material recycling can all lead to very responsible tourism, which also respect both environment and the local culture. and also which also will attract more market segments who values the sustainability. So in the SWOT analysis, our strength is using the sustainability-driven ideology to provide creative-centered tour experience, and our weakness is to maintaining and managing a broad stakeholders relationship. As for the opportunity, there's a large subdivided customer market, and people are expecting more creative and sustainable experience. However, the tourism in general is a very crowded market. There are a lot of competitors. There are some major players, for example, the TripAdvisors and the Whiters. Their platform has a huge amount of the customer base, and also they provide a wide range of the experience and tour packages, but they're not really fully focused on niche market. And for the platforms like withlocal.com and Free Tour by Foot, they provide different perspective of the travel booking, but they have very limited resources and not diverse functions, so not very famous among the tourists. So what is our competitive advantage? We are using very sustainable tour frame to provide creative centered experience to satisfy the customer needs, and also to let them more engage with local community and the culture. We value the subdivided markets that not a lot of competitors value. And next, we're going to play a video to talk about what are we visioning in the design part.
Manhattan, the iconic heart of New York City, where the streets pulse with the footsteps of over 66 million visitors each year. They come seeking stories in the towering heights and the endless bustle. But amidst the chaos, the true essence of New York's narrative often remains untold. Cross the East River, and you'll find yourself in Williamsburg, Brooklyn's creative sanctuary. Here, the streets are alive with the spirit of artistry, a stark contrast to Manhattan's concrete jungle. It's a place where creativity isn't just encouraged, it's the very fabric of the community. Step into the world of Williamsburg's artisans, where hands shape clay into pottery and brushes stroke color onto canvas. It's a world that invites you to be part of the creation, to customize your journey, and to immerse yourself in experiences that resonate with your personal story. Our mantra that celebrates every visitor's narrative. In a city of endless tales, your journey is a personal masterpiece waiting to unfold. Every moment, every encounter, every crafted piece adds a chapter to your unique New York story. Our mission goes beyond the individual story. We're committed to UN SDG 8, championing inclusive and sustainable economic growth. It's about creating opportunities and ensuring tourism industry will thrive in the future. So step out of the crowd, join Local Lens, customize your experience, and let the creativity of Williamsburg inspire your next chapter. Because in New York City, every story matters, and every story is worth telling. Yours is no exception.
So, after multiple research and iterations, we have arrived at our design solution. Our mission is to empower local creative communities by connecting them with a global audience of tourists. Our vision for the long run is to have a community where travel fosters cultural exchange, supports local economies, and celebrates the creative industries of every destination. We have designed our project model considering the TBLD plus C, that is to have economic viability, social equity, environmental responsibility, and cultural vitality. These are our four main pillars. Focused on UNSDG 8, that is to support local businesses and increase their customer base, therefore help them increase their sales and revenue for businesses. To support UNSDG 9, we want to incentivize more artists to establish themselves in Brooklyn. Integrating the social and cultural scene, we want to empower the local creatives, facilitate collaboration and promotion within the community, and help them preserve local craftsmanship and provide first-hand experiences of the products, creative products. We want to encourage tourists to support environmentally conscious businesses which use sustainable materials and practices. We have developed a set of criteria to identify sustainable businesses to be able to work with us. The first step is to have certifications like B Lab or Green Business Certification Incorporation, which follows the outlined sustainability frame to ensure that these businesses meet the criteria. help them collaborate with environmental organizations. We also want to make the unaware aware about the sustainable programs and benefits provided by the government and the tourism industry. To support our concept and physical experiences, we want to develop an application which will act as a global platform for creative businesses to promote and reach out to the tourist. There will be two sets of users, the creative businesses, the individual artists, and people from tourism industry. And the second set is of the global tourists, the local residents, the community people. Through our application, the tourists will be able to explore various creative businesses in Brooklyn. They can pre-book and customize their itinerary, indulge in seasonal activities, budget their trip. They can check the availability of what is happening nearby, look for restaurants and accommodation. They can experience hands-on workshops, to interactive tours, participate in festivals and market, as well as attend educational programs. The tourists can learn about these different art forms, techniques, and the creative processes and help to promote these businesses. Further, our main features are future plan board, which we want to provide for customizing the tour, e-magazine and podcast, virtual assistance, transportation mapping, tickets and passes. We want to facilitate authentic and immersive travel experience by connecting the tourist and the local creative community.
For the delivery phase, to bring our application to the market, we have created 6 marketing plans, highlighting with the first one, the hyper-local Brooklyn experience. This plan a tour to the historic art scene in hidden gem of Brooklyn. And the Meet of the Creator workshop, offer exclusively tour of artist studio or galleries and learn some technique of the artist. Secondly is the monthly spotlight, which we offers a rotating workshop in each month, including a seasonal special that provides activity related to the holiday calendars. We prioritize trust and engagement by rewarding reviews and partnering with travel micro-influencers with relatable content creators, a deeper connection with our users. So talking about our collaborations, we are going to do a location partnership with T-Mobile and partnership with local illustrator for our applications. And for our pricing strategy, we have 2 models, the free access to basic features with a premium models, and the premium features for $4.99 monthly per person. And for our implementation plan, we have been divided into 3 phases. First, phase 1 is the development and pre-launch, and phase 2 is launch and initial goal, and phase 3 for expansion and sustainability for 3 years. And for our financial plan is divided into 2 phases. The first phase was focusing on development of the application and the infrastructures. And the second phase would be about the marketing and engaging about the data analytics, which cost $305,000 US. And for the revenue projections, this is our projected revenue. Our stream for revenue are commissioned from the transaction physical experience in partnership with restaurant, events, and hosting marketplace. And lastly, the subscription model. The break-even point will happen after 18 months, and the expected quarterly goal would be 20% in the first year, and 15% and 20% in the second and third year, respectively. And to measure our success by KPI, we are focusing into 4 aspects. Firstly is launch campaign metric, which are lead generated like trial started and demo requested. And promotional channel metric will look at the rate of email opening of the website traffic. Secondly is the product adoption metric, which will look at the customer usage and 25% users retention for every 3 months. Third, the market impact metric and competitive win rate. And lastly, with qualitative feedback for external and internal to help us improve our business model successfully. We believe creativity is the power to connect the seemingly unconnected. So join us as we explore Williamsburg through the lens of locals. Thank you all.
We're going to take some questions.
Can you go on the last slide? like, can you just elaborate the process for the feedback? Like, how will you take that?
So actually, we have been working on it. So we want to incentivize our feedbacks mainly from the users we have, because since we are running an application, it is an iterative process, so it has to be tested and done again and again. So the feedbacks, we are expecting it to happen every 6 months or on an annual basis, so that we can collect it from the users and then we can give them some discounts or some offerings at one of our workshops or anything like that.
As a follow-up for that, with the survey data that you already have, are people actually wanting like a takeaway, like they want to walk away with something physical, or is it more just an observation piece?
So actually the thing is that when we conducted our survey among tourists, and since we come from a global place itself, we had a diverse population for it, and the most answer was that they would like to take away something with them as a physical product also, because we usually when we travel we do carry souvenirs. So instead of taking the local, like the common ones, we would like to have something which is very exclusive, or we have handcrafted as a memory from that.
To add on, based on the survey, because we went to Brooklyn and we talked with creative businesses, they also, like she said, they want physical, but they also really very interesting about the application as well, because it's the way that like they can gain the reviews, it's the way that they can promote their business, and they also have problem with the projection of the revenue, because like they don't know like how to do the revenue production very accurately, so that's why we are here, so that's why we provide them, that's why we provide the knowledge of business, so that through the application, so that is going to be a better for their business as well. Thank you so much.
Anyone else? If we don't have another question, then we can move on to our next group. Larry group? Oh, Larry, second. Maddie has a question. Okay.
Well, I remember where this started. What's your next community post-Williamsburg? Do you see this being able to be moved into different cities, including international cities, like those in Thailand, China, India?
Yes, actually, so the thing is that, US was our pilot project right now, and we would like to move ahead, and probably with more ideas, because as you mentioned, the countries, and we have a lot of history, rich history of traditions and culture and like that, but we would like to have it elaborate more on a global platform where we can even bring them out of the country.
And also, also in China, it's pretty obvious that the tourism is about people gathering together and in one set attraction and just looking at themselves. It's not very, fun, creative, or even sustainable. So we're trying to provide a getaway, and also maybe in the future, that could be a pattern that they can find out what's more creative and what's more different options they have.
And for our next horizon, we might want to start with our own country, like Thailand, India, and China, because we have so many creativities, district or place that want all the world to be discovered. Yeah. Thank you.